Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Brothers channel. In this video, we're going to be talking about some sleepers. So do not sleep on these shoes. They are very, very good performers. And of course, I have people like my friends asking me all the time, like, what's the best shoe out? And they always have a specific shoe in mind, you know, like, oh, like I tell them, oh, it's probably like, you know, the Curry 8 or, you know, like something else. And they're like, oh, but what about like the Kyries or like the KDs? I'm like, yeah, they're nice too, but you obviously, you know you know what you wanted before you asked me. And I don't know, it's just like sometimes when I say a shoe, they're just like, I don't really like it, you know, but doesn't mean it's a bad performer, right? So if you guys do want to cop any of these shoes, I'll leave a link in the description box. But let's get started off with the Anta KT6 Low. The KT line has been phenomenal, especially the low line. The KT5 was really, really nice, as well as the KT4. You're getting really good value for your money as well. It's like 120 bucks, but on Famuji, usually they have it on sale for like 110 bucks. The KT6 Low has a really, really nice material, super thin, very well ventilated. So for summer, it's gonna be a very good shoe if you want good ventilation. Cushion, of course, isn't the best, especially comparing it to the KT4 and KT5 Low, but it's still not that bad. I mean, impact protection is pretty nice for what it's worth. But for the most part, it's a responsive cushion. Traction is also really nice. It picks up a little bit of dust, but for the most part, it has a very nice bite if you do consistently wipe. So the KT6 Low is a very good option. Do not sleep on those. Alright, next, this shoe has been in all of my top lists. It's a phenomenal performer, and that is the Li-Ning Wow All City 9 or Way of Wade. And the AC9 is so damn nice. It's 130 bucks and you're getting really good value for your money. You can get it on Amazon actually, so that's pretty dope. And the traction is one of the top performing tractions that you can get right now. Very good bite. Cushion is also really nice. You know, you have full length cloud, you get a good amount of compression in the heel, you get good responsiveness, it's low to the ground, and you have that boom pod in the forefoot, which feels pretty damn bouncy. You get a nice subtle bounce in the forefoot. It feels really nice. The materials are also very nice quality, you know, so it's a textile material, it's super thin. And also another thing that I like about the shoe is that the tongue is very well padded and the ankle area is very well padded as well. So it's a nice mixture of like cozy, like nice feeling materials and like a very thin and minimal material in the forefoot. And also a plus is that the shoe looks phenomenal. It's not an eclipse plate because that's Jordan brand, but that's just what I call it. And it's just it looks dope as well. They have some really dope colorways too. So do not sleep on the AC9 at all. All right, next is the Puma Clyde All Pro. It's like 130 bucks. So still, it's like mid-tier pricing, but it should be like 150, 160 bucks because of the performance. The traction is phenomenal. All these shoes that like on this list have phenomenal traction, of course, because I need traction. You know what I mean? So anyways, it has phenomenal traction. Cushion also is pretty nice, not the best. Like you have a little bit of compression in the heel, and stepping comfort is pretty nice. You know, it's not super stiff or anything, but for the most part, overall, it's a very responsive feeling cushioning setup and very low to the ground. Materials are extremely thin. Like just how this shoe feels, it's so damn minimal and very, very lightweight that it feels weird just because of how lightweight it feels. So that feels really nice. Support is there and all that. And also another thing that I really like about that shoe is that that curvature in the forefoot, you know? So when you're running down the court, the heel to toe transition, especially in the forefoot, feels really smooth. So the Puma Clyde All Pro, very nice performer. Don't sleep on it at all. I mean, I suggested this shoe to like 3 of my friends and they're like, Puma though? Really, Puma? Like, I don't want a Puma shoe, you know? I was like, dude, you're missing out, man. That's a really nice performer, you know? All right, next we got the Adidas Pro Model 2G. I would suggest getting like the mid-cut shoe. But the low, you can definitely get away with that as well. It's just the low didn't have as good like heel containment. But anyways, they're both pretty much the same exact shoe. The traction is phenomenal, also really good for outdoor use. Cushion with the full length bounce feels nice, a good amount of compression, it feels pretty bouncy, good impact protection. Pretty low to the ground. Materials aren't the best, but it gets the job done on foot. You know, it doesn't feel like super stiff or uncomfortable or anything, even though it may seem like it would be because you have like a rubber toe cap, but that actually adds a lot of durability in the toe area if you do toe drags. And then as far as the weight goes, it's all right. You know, I would say it's a responsive feeling shoe, not the most lightweight and not the most minimal feeling shoe, but it feels very nice on foot. Support and all that is really good as well. So the Pro Model 2G, Absolutely do not sleep on this. And also it's a very cheap shoe. The low is going for like 75 bucks and then the mid cut is like 100 bucks. So very, very cheap as well. Coming up next, we got the Nike Precision 5. It's going for like 80 bucks. Very, very cheap shoe and very good performer. You know, I had no issues with anything. I mean, the only thing that sucks about that shoe is the cushion. The cushion, it's in the heel, it's a little soft, but for the most part, it's just a really stiff and responsive feeling cushioning setup. One good thing about it though is that you're super low to the ground. Traction is phenomenal. Materials for an $80 shoe feels great. Very minimal, very thin. Conforms to your foot, it's comfortable, very good fit as well, and I had no issues with support or lockdown. So overall, I mean, for 80 bucks, the Precision 5 is a great performer. Moving on to the next shoe, I would say is a better version of the Precision 5, and that would be the Under Armour Curry 305. And that shoe is also going for 80 bucks. Very, very cheap, but phenomenal traction. Picks up a little bit of dust, but once you wipe, you're good to go. Cushion with the full length Micro G is really soft. Gives you a nice little rebound back. You get a subtle little bounce in the heel. Impact protection is good, especially for heel strikes. The material feels very nice and cozy, very comfortable on foot. It doesn't really pinch or anything. Fit is also great. Support I had no issues with. And it's a pretty good looking shoe, you know, especially that like black and white colorway, that suit and tie colorway that I have. So yeah, I mean, I would just say that shoe is a better version of the Precision 5 because of the better cushion, but still a phenomenal performer, and you get it for a really good price. So absolutely do not sleep on that shoe. Next, we got the Nike Renew Elevate, and I'm just talking about the first one. I mean, I do want to try the second one maybe, but I mean, it's the exact same outsole and exact same midsole as the first Renew Elevate. So, you know, I don't really, I feel like it'll be, like, I have to spend money, and you know, money's a little tight and stuff like that. So anyways, so the Renew Elevate, just take it with a grain of salt, but the traction is phenomenal. Cushion is really, really nice for some reason. I don't know why it's nice on this shoe, but it's really nice. Get a good compression. It's actually bouncy, very good impact protection. It feels so comfortable for the cushion. Very good ventilation materials. On the first Renew Elevate was like a mesh material, not the best quality, but it feels great on foot. I had no issues with support or lockdown. So the Renew Elevate, really good performing shoe. And of course, I'm gonna put the Renew Elevate 2 in that, coupling that with the Renew Elevate, but I just take that with a grain of salt because they are using like a different upper. And next, we got the Under Armour Spawn 3. It's going for 100 bucks, so basically a budget model shoe. Pretty damn cheap. Traction is really, really nice. Very good bite. Cushion is also really nice. You know, Micro G feels great in that shoe. You can get a nice subtle bounce. I wouldn't say it's as soft or there's as much compression as a Curry 305 for some reason. I would say it's actually a little bit more bouncy in the Spawn 3, but still, nonetheless, it's a responsive cushioning setup with a nice little bounce. Materials, not the best, but it feels great on foot because it's just so thin and minimal. Support, I had no issues. Lateral stability was a little bit like, just a tiny bit unstable, you know, just because of that curved shape in the heel. I definitely think they should have flattened it out a little bit, like on the lateral side in the heel. As you guys, you know, like you guys can see that like rounded shape, right? So I mean, I never had any issues with like me rolling my ankle, but it just didn't feel very laterally stable. So just watch out for that. But no, that's pretty much the only problem with that shoe. Also, you have a little bit of an outsole curvature, which feels very, very nice. It's a very nice added bonus for an Under Armour shoe. All right, moving on to the next shoe, we got the Adidas Harden Step Back 2. Way better than the Harden Volume 5. Really good performer as well. Traction is pretty damn nice. It does pick up a little bit of dust. We got full length bounce in that cushioning setup. Pretty damn bouncy. Have a little bit of compression. I mean, the cushioning setup is pretty thin, so it's not super nice, but it gets the job done. Materials are also very nice. You have a very comfortable mesh material. It gets the job done on foot. Support is there and all that. Also, it's a great looking shoe. So definitely do not sleep on the Harden Step Back 2. And last but not least, we got the Under Armour, or I guess Curry brand, Curry 8 Flow. That shoe is a top performer. It's 160 bucks. It's a little expensive. But yeah, I mean, I recommended this shoe as well to a lot of my friends. They're like, that looks like a running shoe. It doesn't look very nice. And I definitely understand that. A lot of people want a good looking shoe when they play ball, but I mean, the Curry 8 is such a good performer. Traction is the best traction on this list. Doesn't pick up really any dust either. I mean, it almost stops a little too hard, you know what I mean? Cushion also is pretty damn nice. The full length flow is soft. You know, that's pretty much about it. You have pretty good impact protection, very responsive, low to the ground. Materials are also super nice. You get pretty much a full-on knit upper with a stretchy knit on the collar of the shoe. It's just a very comfortable, very responsive feeling shoe. Just watch out for the lateral containment. I feel like if you're a little bit heavier and you're very shifty, you might feel your foot moving out of the footbed just a tiny bit. But for me personally, I had no issues with that. But anyways, that about wraps up this video. Do not sleep on these shoes because they're very good performers, and also some of them are very cheap. So if you're looking to save money, go ahead and choose a cheaper shoe on this list and you should be good to go. I mean, obviously these shoes are slept on because either they're an off-brand or the aesthetics aren't that nice. But if you're looking for a good performing basketball shoe, all of these are very good options. But anyways, again, if you guys want to cop any of these shoes, I'll leave a link in the description box. But that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.